Bienvenidos to the Latina Gringas Podcast, your official Latina Rebelde podcast where we are explicit and exquisite. So, disclaimer, Shazzy, do you want to go ahead with this disclaimer before we get into this?
Yes. Hi, I'm Shazzy, and this is the Latina Gringas with Faith and Shazzy. And you guys, we talk a lot. We love to dive in super deep, and sometimes we like to talk a little raunchy, not because that's what we want to do, but that's just where we go, because that's just who we are. We're a little
that's just us.
That's just us. So here's a disclaimer: earmuffs on for the kids. If you're not into your mom hearing us swearing, put headphones on her or ask her to leave the house. If you're totally into it, blast us on your Bluetooth stereo. So as the meme goes, hide your kids, hide your wives. We're coming after you.
Guardar tu abuelita. O si ella le gusta, pues tomar aguardiente, ella puede quedar. It's
She's
okay.
more than welcome to stay and drink a little aguardiente with us.
Welcome. Aguardiente here is always so welcome.
A little firewater for your action.
A firewater. It's Colombian water. It's actual Colombian water. I love it. Look at Shazzy's having a whole cup.
You see? You don't even know. You don't even know it's aguardiente. It's just like water. It just tastes like fire.
It tastes like water.
It tastes like water with a little fire in it.
With a little fire. Okay. So this is our very first episode. We're so excited to be filming this for the very first time.
Hold on, Faith. This is not our first time. This is our third time
this is our third time. Okay, confession. Speaking of confessions, I'm definitely not the type of person that likes small talk. I'm definitely like, tell me all your traumas and your deepest, darkest secrets. Like,
Girl,
I will not
wait
ask
until
you.
you get my age. I'm over it. Don't tell me any of your shit. Get over it. Like, we all live, we all die. Bye. See you later.
But speaking of confessions, this is our third time filming this shit. Like, practically because, trial and error, but
trial and error. Hey, you know what? That's what it's all about. It's like you try something. If it doesn't work, you try again, and here we are.
Yeah, and hopefully
this one actually works.
Third time's the damn charm. So
third time's the damn charm with the damn lunar eclipse and the damn solar eclipse and the damn
solar eclipse up in this bitch.
Freaking end of the world's coming and shit. Hide your kids, hide your wife, run up to the hills.
Run up to the hills. Run up to the fucking hills. Literally, we just had a lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 28th. And that moon, that was a big ass moon. Like,
that was a big ass moon.
That was a big ass moon.
That moon had a big old ass.
That moon had a big old ass. It really did. And it was bright and it was white and it looked like
a big old round Latina ass.
Yeah, the moon is Latina. The moon is Latina.
Siri just went off on my phone. She's like, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, Siri, talk to me like a Latina. Maybe you understand what I'm talking about.
My Siri's going off too. Siri knows we're talking shit about her.
Siri's coming after us, yo.
Siri, por favor, cálmate.
Cálmate, mijita.
Cálmate, mijita.
Hey, listen, you guys, all you algorithm people writing for Siri, get it together. Hire some Latinos, okay? Because
hire some Latinos.
It'll make our lives much easier.
Yeah, like if I'm driving my car and I miss a right turn, mijita, ¿qué estás haciendo? Ven allá, ¿qué estás haciendo? But
hijo de puta, ¿qué te pasó?
Hijo de puta.
Hijo de madre, perdiste la carretera. Ahora, para atrás, échate para atrás.
Échate para atrás, hijo de puta.
Oh man, here we go already. Told you we're exquisitely explicit.
Exquisitely,
we should say that with like. We
explicit.
should have like a little like cup of tea as
cup
we say that.
Aguardiente in a tea glass.
Aguardiente in a tea glass with the little pink. We are exquisitely explicit. We are. How do you say that in Spanish? Did we ever figure that out?
Exquisito y exquisito. I don't fucking know. I think that's it. We're both bilingual, but it's like so real. Like you forget words in English, you forget words in Spanish.
It's real hard.
Yeah, like up in here, we speak 3 different languages. Me and Shazzy both. We speak Spanish, English, and a lot of shit. So
Exactly. And if you resonate with that, and then, well, this is your show. Welcome to the Latina
Welcome.
Gringa Nation,
Yes,
where we bring
everybody.
you the perspective of being Latinas born in this country, but
Mm-hmm.
not feeling like you're either from this country nor from the homeland. Because when you're here, you're a gring, or sorry, when you're here, you're Latina, and when you're back
Totally.
home, you're total gringa.
You're so gringa.
You're so
So
gringa.
gringa. Yeah.
So
So
where do we belong? That's what this whole
exactly.
podcast, that's how this came about, right?
It's about, yeah. So everybody that was listening to the last 5 minutes, that's definitely just a piece of Shazzy and I. But that's exactly what this entire podcast is about. It's our life experiences as Latinas, as gringas, as all of the above with that. So
Exactly.
let's jump right on in, because I mean, people listening to this first episode, who are Shazzy and Faith? Who's Shazzy? Who's Shazzy?
Who is this person? Okay, guys.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, because one of us is old, okay? And and this old person right here is mourning the death of Matthew Perry. He passed away yesterday.
Yes. That was heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking and super hard. I watched Friends my whole through high school. Like I wanted to be Jennifer Aniston my whole life. You know, like I just
Queen.
like she's just
Her.
such a queen. I freaking love her. Will always love her. Like she's my everything. And anyway, so my husband and I have been watching Friends. So yeah, that's me. I'm like the older millennial, like cusper with like Gen Xer, and you know, so one of us is old. I don't know how to do social media. I'm a really great marketer when it comes to like all other things marketing, but when it comes to social media, that's the thing I don't know how to do. So that's kind of like very boring information about me, except for the Matthew Perry dying. Obviously, that's very sad. But my birth name, here, we're gonna go deep. We're gonna go real. We're gonna go real.
Go
way up
deep
to the
in
way
that
back.
shit.
We're gonna go to
Go
way
deep.
back. Okay.
Do it.
I was born in Miami Beach, or as some people like, I was born in Miami, bitch.
I'm a bitch.
Welcome to Miami, bitch.
Or as all of our family say, Miami Beach.
Miami Beach.
Miami Beach.
I like to have a Burger King.
Burger King.
Burger
McDonald's.
King. McDonald's.
Let's go to Walmart. Walmart.
So I
As all
was
of our
born in
Latino
Miami, bitch. And my given name was Paola. Okay. So there's like a whole evolution to my name. So like in all of my mom still has like all of the baby birth cards when the people gave to us when I was born, and it all say Paola, Paola. And my grandpa, my father's dad, who was a total comedian, he comes in and visits my mom while she's like post-cesarean, you know, like holding me, like in pain, the whole thing. And my grandpa, being the comedian, the Colombian comedian that he is, he goes, "Oh, el nombre es Paola? Paulito pa más tardecito. Paulito pa más tardecito." And my mom's like, "Oh, hell no." She started laughing so hard, her freaking stitches pop open. She's laughing too hard, and she looks over to my dad and she's like, get your father out of here. He keeps me laughing, and we're going to change her name because Paulita's not going to be Paulito pa más tardecito for the rest of her life. So then my dad, for some reason, decides, well, a great alternative to Paula would be Sharon. Sharon. I know. Let's just pause here for a moment and be like, why the fuck is my name Sharon? And then growing up, no one ever called me Sharon because we're all Latinos. No one speaks English. So growing up, people call me Charon. But,
Charon.
Okay, so I go from Sharon to Charon. Okay.
Oh my
but
God.
Then that's not a cute name for a little girl. So then they go to Charito. All right. So then that's my
Charito.
name. Okay. So that's my name growing up. Okay. So that's the one that I resonate with. But then when you grow up in life, you can't be like, "Oh, hi, my name is Charito." when your
Going
name.
into an interview.
Hi,
it's so
my
nice to
name is
meet you.
Charito.
Charito? It's so
Charito.
nice you. Like Dorito?
Dorito. Exactly. Dorito. So, what was really cool though is when we moved to Chicago when I was in middle school, I had friends from the UK that were exchange students, and out of nowhere they were just like, "Shaz, hey Shaz, hey Shazzy, hey Shazzer, hey Shaz," and I'm like, "Who are they talking to?" And they're like, "Talking to you."
That's so cute.
Yeah, and I was just like, wait, my name is Sharon. They're like, "Yeah, it's Shaz in the UK." I'm like, That's my new name. So my friends from high school.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So like we talked about this the last podcast that didn't make it. But my first email was shazzyrocker at AOL.com. Mm-hmm. That's right. Exactly.
That's so cute. I didn't know that was like a UK thing. Like that, I didn't know that at all.
So yeah, so what's really interesting is that I've worked for plenty of people from the UK. I've worked with South Africans and Australians, and out of the bat, whenever they saw that my email was like Sharon dot whatever at whatevercorporatecompany.com, immediately they always called me Shaz or Shazzer or Shazzy. They never called me Sharon. So the name just kind of stuck. So for like on all my job interviews and like my resume, I always have like my official name Sharon, but then in parentheses preferred name Shazzy. She, her.
That's like your rebirth. That was a rebirth.
It was a rebirth, and it's so funny because like
cute.
Everyone in my life except for my family calls me Shazzy, and then my family, you know, if we're speaking English, they'll call me Sharon, but that's very rare. You know, like some of the white in-laws might call me Sharon, you know, but then everyone else, because you're so proper. But yeah, everyone else calls me Charito. Oh my God. So for you older people, you'll get this, Faith. I don't know if you'll get this, but do you remember? I don't know if you know this, girl. You might have to look it up on the YouTubes. Do you ever remember? YouTubes. Yeah, the YouTubes. Charitin. She was like a 1980s star, like blonde bombshell. Wait, what just came out of my mouth? Blonde bombshell. She had like her own TV show. It was like a Saturday sitcom show where she was a great dancer. I believe she's Cuban. Great dancer and like singer, and like the opening song that always came out like as she was coming out dancing on the floor. It was Charitin. Anyway, Charitin was also one of my nicknames. Girl, do the Googles.
Charitin.
Google it.
Charitin. Yeah, Googlearlo.
Googlearlo.
I have to look that up. I actually don't know who she is.
Girl. Okay, she is like the Madonna of the Latinos back in the 80s.
Of the Latino world.
Charitin.
Because you introduced me to, oh my gosh, nobody hate me if you're going to hear this, but Shazzy introduced me to Gloria Trevi. Like actually introduced me to her. And like... I'm obsessed.
Your life
like
has
I
changed.
love her. My life
Isn't
has changed.
She amazing? And
that
she
was
still
my rebirth.
Looks great.
She looks amazing.
God, she looks amazing, and like she was just so like in your face when like Thalia was being like the super ultra sexy but very appropriate type of singer. Gloria Trevi, she was like,
I don't give a shit. Fuck that shit. She's just like so like
in your face. Just so
in your face. Her. That's like, I feel like, I know we talked about this. You introduced me to Pelo Suelto, and like, I feel like that's a song that really resonates with the Latina Gringas too, because we're just so like unapologetic. Like we don't give a fuck.
No thanks given. You guys, it's all about us, and hopefully you like it.
Yes.
And we want to hear about your stories, so it's going to be about you too.
100%.
Faith.
We want to hear about you.
Faith, what about you? Who are you? Tell me who are you? And I want to know all the stories of all of your tattoos.
All my tattoos. Oh my gosh. I have about between 20 and 25 tattoos.
Girl.
But my name is Faith Amor Hincapié. I am
such
22 years old.
Like, why couldn't my parents name me like Paola, Marcela, Francesca? Well, not Francesca. Anyway, I don't hate Francesca. I love the Francescas. If any Francescas are listening out there. But you know what I'm saying? Like something romantic. Like you have such a beautiful romantic name.
Thank you. My name definitely came from a lot of love at the time. But yeah, I mean, like my name story, I know we talked about this last time, but I'll mention it anyways. My name story isn't as... It's very deep because my mom, when she was pregnant with me, she found out that she had cervical cancer. So they didn't know if that she could carry me full term. So needless to say, I'm a fucking miracle. I'm a fucking blessing.
Faith is a fucking miracle. God
yes,
damn
you're
it.
welcome, you guys.
Everybody,
You guys have,
Faith is a goddamn fucking miracle.
you guys have no idea how blessed you are today to be hearing my damn voice. But
you're welcome.
yes, you're absolutely welcome. So,
A la orden.
a la orden. Cuando me necesitas, yo estoy ahí, mijitas. Okay? So, but yeah, so I've been such like a metal girl all my life, such a huge metalhead, such an old soul, I love 70s. I'm obsessed with 70s disco, 70s rock, 70s everything. I literally, like my past life, I was someone in the 70s, like a 20-year-old in the 70s. But
I love that.
Yeah, I'm also in marketing. You know this, Shazzy. That'll lead us to our next question. But yeah, I mean, I love creative stuff, marketing, talking. I love being Latina, might I add.
Girl, isn't it the best thing?
It's literally the best thing of life. Like I literally am so proud to be Latina, to be and I like mentioning it earlier, over here in the States, we're super Latina. Like when I talk to anybody in Spanish over here, they're like, oh my gosh, pero tú eres muy colombiana. And when I go back to Colombia, because I currently live in Colombia, they always tell me, ¿tú de dónde eres? ¿Dónde está tu acento?
Right.
And I'm like, well, I'm from the States. And they're like, pero entonces tú eres gringa.
Oh my God.
And I'm also proud to be gringa because it's also where I come from as well. So
exactly.
That's
two different perspectives. Two different perspectives.
Totally.
And I'm so grateful that we have those different perspectives as Latinas, because we recognize how privileged we are when we're here in this country.
Yeah.
And our hearts go out to our families and our friends and anyone else that is in Latin America that doesn't have the same access to the things that we have access to here, right? So it just gives you like such a different perspective if you were just someone that were just born and raised in one country and didn't really. It's different if you're born and raised in one country and you travel.
Yeah.
It's very different than knowing people that are like your family members and you hear the stories of them living in a different country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's in freaking tense. It is so intense.
It really is.
Yeah,
I mean, I've lived in Colombia a few years now, but I have so many different experiences that I never would have gotten in the United States. You know, I have great ones here in the United States. I have bad ones here in the United States. And the same thing is with Colombia. But I am just so like happy to have that culture as well. I'm proud to be super Latina. But yeah.
Here we are, right. Two Latina Colombian girls. And one of us is old. I'm 41. And Faith, how old are you?
I'm 22.
She's a babe.
I'm a little baby. I'm a little baby, but my back is like 65. That shit is fucked up. That shit hurts all the time. Oh my gosh.
Girl, let's not start talking about that. I start feeling all the pain. My hips, my dysfunctional hip, my messed up knees, my quads are all tight. Girl, I gotta be rolling out on the roller. Okay, you talk about some other time. Besides
planning our future hip replacements, Shazzy,
yes, exactly.
Let's discuss how the hell did we meet? So, I mean, I've definitely gotten this question a lot. We're two marketers on completely different spectrums of marketing. We work two different jobs in marketing and two different industries in marketing, which I think is super interesting, super awesome. But a lot of people ask, how did we meet?
Oh my gosh. So we met through a very close mutual family friend, we shall say.
Yes.
Yeah. And that person reached out to me and he said, you're an awesome marketer. You've been doing this for 20 plus years. I have this business and this amazing person. I know this amazing person that could probably benefit from some of your mentorship.
Correct. Yeah. And I definitely did and still am. So
And then we were introduced, and I fell in love with Faith as soon as I met her the first time I spoke to her. I know. And this person that introduced us, he's like, Faith reminds me of a really young version of you when you were younger. I was like, that is so sweet, because she's got such a level head. You're so level headed. I'm talking to you
thanks.
like you're not here. Like, you're so level headed, and you're such an old soul, which tells me that, like, I probably judged myself incorrectly, and I was probably more like you. Because I was an asshole growing up. I had lots of attitude growing up.
I do too. I mean, I still have attitude. I definitely still do. But I mean, it's like, one thing I always say is, like, one thing's attitude, and then another thing is, like, defending yourself in any, like, a circumstance. But I get you, girl. I get it.
My mom wanted me to be a little monjita, yendo para la iglesia, orando siempre con la Biblia.
Hermana Shazzy.
Hermana Shazzy, for reals, for reals. And I remember the first day I wore our jeans to church. It was like
the end of the world.
Girl, it was the end of the world. Everyone looked at me, and I'm like, listen, y'all. I'm living in Chicago. It's the middle of winter, and I'm on my period.
And you're cold.
I'm going to wear my goddamn jeans, okay? Y'all have a problem with that? You all could go pray to Jesus.
They're in the right place for it.
Leave me alone. Leave little sister alone. And yeah. And then I remember people were like, Charito's tan rebelde. And I'm like, yeah, I am. I like Gloria Trevi, y me gusta andar con el pelo suelto.
Period. Y punto.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. I would totally drop this mic right now, but I know it would not be good for the podcast.
No, we'll break it. We just got them.
Yeah, we just got we're matching. We're matching mics.
So
we're matchy. But getting back to that question, Shazzy, literally, I remember like meeting Shazzy for like the first time, and we had our first video call, and I thought she was the coolest person ever on the planet. And I like just remember like telling my mom, like, oh my gosh, like I have the coolest marketing mentor. Like I remember like the first day speaking with Shazzy, like the first few times, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've known you forever. And fun fact, we've only known each other maybe like 6 months, but we've always had the best conversations. I've learned so much from you, and I still am.
Well, you're the highlight of my week, girl.
Me
like,
too.
Literally, you walked into my life when I needed it, because work is hard, life is hard. And I live in Utah, and it's really difficult to meet Latinas out here. And when I met you, I'm like, yes, this is like the breath fresh of, what's it saying?
Un poco sazón. Un poco de
Un poco de
adobo.
sazón. Un poquito de adobo en mi vida. I'm like, this is the spice that I needed in my life. But when you come from a different culture that is as spicy as our own, when all you do when you're a little baby is dancing with your papa, with your mama and your aunties and your uncles, you know what I mean? And there's salsa and merengue and all the music always playing, and you're always dancing and moving. And when you're cleaning the floors and you're sweeping the floors, you're dancing, and it's
moviendo ese culo.
And moviendo ese culo, culo, culo. What are you doing back there? What's going on, culo, back there? Hey,
calm down, girl. Calm down.
We're having a podcast.
Settle down now.
Settle down now, girl.
Settle down now, girl.
Yeah, no. So it's really, really nice when we get to connect, because, and other fun fact, we've never met in person.
Yes, Shazzy and I have never met in person, although I feel like I have. Like every time I talk with Shazzy, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've known her for so long. For 6 long months.
I always want to say when I talk about you, I'm like, yeah, she's my cousin friend.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to start calling you cousin. Like, if that's okay. Okay, she's my prima. She's my primita.
Mi prima latina.
She's mi primita.
Mi prima latina gringa. Mi prima latina gringa.
Girl, we're going to make that into a song.
Hashtag prima latina gringa for this first podcast.
That's
first
exactly
podcast
it.
episode.
That's exactly it.
So, question. This kind of ties in with our last one. How did we come up with TLG? TLG, if you guys don't know what TLG is, the Latina Gringas. Hashtag TLG too. So, how did we come up with the Latina Gringas? interesting question. I think one day we were having a little talk, having a little call, and we just had discussed we want to find a lot of purpose for ourselves.
Yes.
So finding a lot of purpose for ourselves, helping a lot of people, educating. Well, not only like we are not professionals.
No, we're
in
not
areas
certified.
of medical. We're not certified professionals. We're not medical professionals. Just want to make that a statement now. But coming up with the Latina Gringas, I mean, we were just sitting down talking one day, and we always have the best combos. And we were just like, oh my gosh, like we should turn this shit into a podcast because this would definitely
the
help.
conversations we're having would help so many other people too. Not like in the self-help kind of way, but it's kind of like it allows people to connect and find relatability in places where people don't find that. Like sometimes we feel alone. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we're just like, does anyone experience what I experience? And I'm here to tell you, yes. And you don't have to be a Latina gringa to get it. Like if you're just someone that's from a different country that moved to the US, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be Latina. Like anybody that has that kind of like different cultural perspective because they have other family members from a different country. You know what I mean? Like you're totally going to resonate. It's going to make sense to you. So like everybody's welcome. But yeah, we were just talking and we're like, so how many times have we talked to other Latinas where we're like, same. Oh yeah, you went through that too. Same. So let's just bubble it up and just make it a conversation.
Make it a conversation. But this podcast is going to be about so many different things. So if you have any topics you want us to discuss, any stories you want us to share anonymously as well.
Don't hold back anything.
Don't hold
We're
back.
here to be, your sex educate. I mean, not. We're here to be sex educators. We're here to talk about chisme. What did you call it? Chisme con qué?
Chisme inteligente con sazón, mija.
That's right. Exactly.
Porque, well, you know, what comes around goes around. So we still want to give off good vibes, but chisme inteligente. Pero con un poco de sazón, que sea picante, con ají.
Con un poquito de ají. Ají amarillo.
Ají amarillo.
Girl, now I want to eat some lomo soltado.
Lomo saltado. What's your favorite?
It is my favorite. I love Peruvian food. I remember when I went to Lima one time, and girl, I just ate my way through that country. It was so good.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I love any kind of food. My favorite food definitely is, don't judge me. It is buffalo wings.
Girl, are you kidding me? I love me some buffalo wings, and don't judge me. I put that stuff in my ranch dressing and my blue cheese dressing.
I have a little wing with my sauce. I'm that kind of girl. I love saucy ass food. Like literally, if it's greasy, it's for me. If it looks like it'll have give me cholesterol problems, it's fucking for me. Like I love that so much.
Question, super serious question. Do you like to dip your pizza in ranch dressing?
Yes.
Me too.
Oh my God. I love ranch, but like in Colombia it doesn't exist. So when I'm back here, like I go full force all the time. So like what I do,
like the thing of ranch to take home with you?
Oh my God. Like I can only bring it in packets because I'm afraid that it's going to get all like nasty by the time I get back to Colombia if it's like in my luggage or anything. So or like if you open it, it explodes. It literally explodes from the pressure. So ranch packets it is. But I go to McDonald's. I get that two cheeseburger meal and then 2 ranches on the side and dip my burger in it.
Heck yeah, girl. You speak my love language.
That's also the best hangover meal ever too.
That's girl,
like
pizza,
the cure.
And anything that's super fatty. Sancocho always. Sancocho if you're feeling a little feverish, a little cold. Sancocho is like it's like the cure all for everything or a bad mood. Like my mom's like my mom's like, oh, you're cramping, mijita. Let me make you a little sancocho. And I'm like, Mom, could you make me an arepa con sancocho, and can you put some cheese in my arepa, please, and lots of butter.
Or or sancocho. I love that. I love the accent. Or like if you have like your period, it's like the best. It's sancocho pa tu arepa. Sancocho pa tu arepa.
That will be our next episode, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sneak peek.
Sneak peek. Snickle pickle.
Snickle pickle for your Ears.
For ears. And for that one,
Orejitas.
y'all, we're going to let you know. It's going to get raunchy all up in this bitch.
Yep. Just a disclaimer beforehand.
Oh my gosh.
So, Shazzy,
Yes,
we
Faith.
have one little last segment that we're going to try to do in every single episode, which is Historias of
Del
the Heart.
corazón.
So, I know for our very first Historia of the Heart is from our own Latina Gringa family. So,
Yes. Okay, so these are stories that we want you guys to write for us about your experience, an embarrassing experience that you had coming in when you first arrived to this country, or stories that you've heard of your parents sharing their embarrassing stories, or your uncles or your grandparents or whatever it is, because they show up to this country, they don't know the language, and they're just trying to figure it out, So this is my historia del corazón that I will share, my tribute to get to the tradition started. So my mother, back before my brother and I were born, she came over to the United States from Colombia, and she arrives and she really needed to use a restroom. And first of all, sorry, I'm going to throw a little shade to my mom right now. Get a freaking dictionary, people, when you travel. I believe they had dictionaries translating English to Spanish and vice versa. Why she did not have that back then, I don't know why. But if you ever travel anywhere, just pick up, now we have it on our phones or translations. But anyway, that was a little shade that I threw. Mommy, I love you. Forgive me. So she shows up to this country and she's got to use the bathroom. And she walks into a restaurant, and I guess no one there spoke Spanish. And she goes, "Baño. ¿A dónde está el baño?" And the guy that's there to help her, he's like, "Huh? What's baño?"
What's a baño?
What's a baño? Like a banjo?
Like a banjo?
My mom's baño. And then she starts making this, if you're watching us on YouTube right now, she's making this like circular like figure with her hands. So she's like making a circle with her hands. And I think what she's trying to do, from what the story is she's trying to like say baño, like hole in the ground. So she's like basically creating this round figure with her hands, and then like dragging her hands down to the ground and going baño. And then the guy starts going, hole? Like, do you need a hole? And my mom starts, hole? Like a hole? And then my mom starts going, hole? Hole? But then she starts pointing down to the ground like,
she needs a hole.
She needs a hole. I don't think she knew
Oh my
what hole
God.
was. But she's just like trying to like interact with this person like, yeah, hole, but in the ground. I don't know what ended up happening, because my mom never, that's where the story ends essentially. But it was like her embarrassing story of like showing up to this country, not knowing how to ask the bathroom, and then going to this whole situation with this guy that's being like, whether he was really trying to help her or tease her, we don't know. But anyway, that is our story of the heart. Historias del corazón.
Historias del corazón.
Where can our listeners write in for their stories, Faith?
So if you want to get in contact with us to let us know about your stories so we can share them on the podcast, definitely write us. Send us an email at info@latinagringas.com, or send us a message on Instagram. So
right.
We are always there. We're always available.
And let us know if you want us to use your names
or be anonymous.
And we will absolutely respect your wishes, but we would love to share your stories.
Yes, we want to share these stories. We want to like make this Latina Gringas community where it's an open space to share all of your awkward, funny, embarrassing, even sad stories. Yeah. Those are available as well. Yeah. So let us know. We will be here.
Let us know.
But that will conclude our very first episode.
Yeah.
So
we did
Thank you, everyone. Yeah,
Third
I know we
time's a
did
charm.
it. Third time is a damn charm. So
wow, girl.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this episode. Muchísimas gracias. Definitely follow us on Instagram at the Latina Gringas. We have our link tree in there as well, where our TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify, Apple Music is connected. So
And if you're watching us on
Stay tuned.
YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and share.
Don't forget to subscribe and share.
Yep.
Join the Latina Gringas Nation. Follow us. And stay tuned for every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our episodes.
Thank you, guys. Los quiero
Muchísimas
muchísimo.
Besitos.
Besitos, cha-cha.
Bye.